What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
I'm Hess.
Today we're talking about Game of Thrones Season 3, Episodes 7 and 8, The Bear and the Maiden Fair, and The Second Sons.
Nice.
What a great couple episodes these were.
They were
I enjoyed the shit out of them.
They were pretty good.
I can't believe
I really did.
next week we're done with Season 3.
Yes.
I'm so pumped.
That's
crazy.
like almost mind-blowing. I realized that as I was hitting play on Episode 7, I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh my god, we're this far into it. Like, I didn't even, like, I had to click it back to the episodes and make sure. I was like, are we really this far? Wow.
Yeah, I got a feeling like you're not going to remember a lot of 4 anyways, because that's like
That's fine.
No, I know, like, but just because remember we had the whole Tommen discussion?
Right, for sure.
So I'm guessing, it's important shit, but some of the little shit, so I think we're right into,
This is where it's going to get real good, ladies and
this is where you'll say stuff and be like, oh my god.
I mean, we do that already, so. But, I can tell this podcast has definitely changed, like, 180 me on Game of Thrones. Because before I was just, like, okay fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been actually watching YouTube videos on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this fucker's going Westworld style on it. He's like looking up
Wow.
theories
I've been
and
watching.
shit.
Well, because it just popped up because, like, I watch our videos. So it popped up, like, Game of Thrones videos I should watch. And I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And they're actually really interesting. I've noticed I haven't found a single American person that has theories. Everybody's from, like, the UK or, like, there's a Scotland guy doing it. Everybody has, like, a big, thick accent.
Maybe
Doing
they're
theories?
just faking.
So I don't think Americans like Game of Thrones as much as no.
But
But
it's so crazy.
but there's some really, really interesting theories out there.
Can you get into them, though?
I can say one because it'll never be confirmed, even if it is real.
Well, let me just say this. So you said that somebody went like crazy on HBO Go, right? Somebody watched a shit ton of them.
Oh yeah.
That was you?
Maybe it was me.
Oh, that'd be funny.
No.
Maybe, you never know.
I like how now he's making theories about himself.
Did you get that?
I got that. Where was I going? Oh, it's there's a theory that Jagan Hagar is Ned Stark. And I found that watching the video, I was like, that'll 100% not be confirmed in the last 6 episodes, almost never. But I found it very
But how
interesting.
do you know that?
I mean, you really think all the story they have to tell of who wins Game of Thrones and all that, they're going to be like, oh, and by the way, Jagan Hagar is Ned Stark.
Yep.
I mean, I'd be shocked.
After the credit scene.
And I don't really...
Awesome. He's just walking away and pulls off his face.
Dragon Hagar. I don't really know if it gave too much away. I kind of just... I was watching your ambiguously gay duo of your top 10 favorite
Oh, yeah?
HBO. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it got to the point where it was stated that blonde bitch had sex with Jon Snow.
Yeah, what's funny is I was editing...
And I was like, okay,
I was
all right.
editing that podcast, which people go check it out. We did our top 10 list of best HBO characters, which I think was our best unearthly duo. I was editing it, and I walked out to the living room, and I was like, so I said Jon Snow and Daenerys have sex. Is that a spoiler? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, I mean, I can't cut it out of our podcast just because of Hess.
I know.
You could have just said, like, spoilers ahead or something.
Hey, Hess, spoiler alert.
Stop.
But what's funny is, what made me not... He's like, well, Hess won't get that far.
He'll never watch it that far in.
I was intrigued by who you guys were gonna pick.
It made me a little nervous because you're into those, like, because he always send me shit about, like, oh, top 10 dudes from the wire.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be into it. That's why I was a little worried. But besides that...
Is that the only spoiler that you've heard of in the last, I don't know, 6 weeks, 4 weeks?
I mean, I've heard some, but like I said,
I mean here on this podcast.
just try to ignore it and like.
Can I tell you a secret that you didn't catch? And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you when or what. But there was a spoiler dropped on this podcast within the past couple weeks. That was probably one of the biggest spoilers, and you haven't said a word about it. So I'm assuming you didn't.
That's good. That's fine.
Like literally, it would if I heard it and I didn't know, it would probably ruin the show for me.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, how would you know if you didn't know the show? How would you know?
Oh, you would know.
Oh,
you would know when it gets to that point. We're gonna tell you. You're gonna go. Are you fucking serious?
Okay.
I can't wait.
Just.
I can't wait till we get there and you like we get to tell you that.
Oh, absolutely.
But what do you think?
A lot of time, like I don't know. I feel like I have like a bad memory when it comes to a lot of stuff. Like there's certain things
I would agree with that.
I have like a really good memory on. But like there's certain things I just don't retain the information. Like I just don't.
No, yeah, I
and like
that.
TV shows and movies are one of them. Like I don't. That's why I have to watch them like a day before we do it because If I watch them in advance, I wouldn't fucking know what the fuck you're talking about.
I told him.
And there's even times here where you will bring up a new like fucking subject or like a new scene, and it will. I'm literally racking my brain like the entire time you're talking, going, "What the fuck?" And then it'll just be like, "Oh, okay, all right, that's it. Yeah, I remember that."
That happens with me a little bit too. But I told him that before each podcast, we should probably watch the previously on. Like, go to the next episode, watch the previously on, and then the one before that, just to remember.
Like, if I didn't take notes and I was just like, all right, episode 7, the bear and the maiden fair, and then I'd be like, Jamie fought a bear. Like, you know what I mean?
But taking notes helps.
That's why I just try to take and then just go over a little bit, and then that way it'll jog what you were thinking or what, you know what I mean? But I mean, so I'm cheating a little bit.
Yeah. I can
Not really, because I mean that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean that's what I did. I started taking notes last year.
I mean, cheating for us. It makes me.
I got you.
Seem
like our Flash videos and stuff. I would take notes before. I hated doing because I feel like I missed part of the episodes a little bit.
Yeah.
But like
it definitely does.
It helps with the video, but it also kind of makes you miss stuff a little bit.
Right.
Maybe we should create like a website like that where, like we create little. Where we create little like cliff notes for each and every episode. For literally every fucking show,
Jesus
and then people
Christ.
pay. No. But I mean, obviously, we would start small, and as people would subscribe, because it'd be like like $5 a month or something.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like doing a podcast or whatever, you're like, fuck, I really want to watch episodes 1 through 9. I just want to watch 10. They can just read their little synopsis, little
instead of reading it. You could do it like a modern. We can have you do the cliff notes on a YouTube video,
and your Meemaw.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No one would understand.
That could be like this episode. Daenerys did this, and like you just say real quick what happened, and like there you go. Now move on to the next episode.
And then you can edit it where we all look like the Canadian people on
South Park.
South Park, where our heads are just flopping off.
When you were going with a website, I was thinking, what would you call that? Like, I don't know, Wikipedia.
I mean, kind of, but
it'd be Pleekapedia.
Pleekapedia.com.
It's not a bad gig. $4.99 a month. Hey.
It's fat Hess.
Wow. I don't know where that came from, but okay.
He said, hey.
He was trying to be safe, fat Albert.
I got you.
Yeah. Should we? Should we get into the episode?
Wait, I'm deaf again. Okay.
You're defecating
right now.
What do you have, like a porta-john?
That'd be cool. Just
no, one, because I would smell your shit.
No, my shit doesn't stink.
Oh, just your farts? Your shit's it's pristine?
Nothing stinks. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't believe you. Read the episode, pal.
Okay, it starts off with Jon Snow headed to the wall with Ingrid and a couple of them. It feels like... I mean, they're over the wall. I guess they're headed, like, they're coming from the south or whatever. They're headed up to them.
They're going to, like, Castle Rock or something like that, right?
Castle Black.
Castle Black, yeah.
But it seems like it'd take them a long time to get there. This is kind of where I was like, oh, I see what people mean.
This is
where you won't really... So this isn't a spoiler, but in the newest season, people bitch because, like, they'll be, hey, this guy's over here. Oh, bam, now he's over here. And they're like, well, how come it took him
they just cut out the time of them walking there like they did in normal seasons.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
They made it so much better that way.
I thought it was.
So, yeah. So, like, it was, like, just filler at this point?
There was a lot of, like, they
thought that they would have more time to tell the story, and then they're like, wow, maybe we should probably speed this up.
Well, actually,
we only have 6 more episodes left after this season.
It's because the writers, the guys making the show, that it's like everybody else and George R. R. Martin wanted the show to go like 18 seasons, and they're like, no, we want to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got other shit to do.
We have a whole Star Wars trilogy to make.
18 seasons? Could you imagine that?
I'm pretty sure it's the George R. R. Martin. He's like, it could go on forever.
Oh, yeah, Mr. I Can't Write a Book.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, you tell us that when you finish the book.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I think it's a John Mulaney joke where he's like, or maybe it's Seinfeld, but he's like, you write happy birthday and you're like, happy, and then you get to the end of the thing and you're like, birthday, because you fucking overshot your load.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of a little bit.
To me, that's what made me, like, I got into, because then it wasn't like a lot of, like, because it's a lot of them walking and talking, but
I mean, it's part of the story, and there's shit happening and going on. It's not like it's just like, oh god, they're just. But yeah,
It is
People
better
did bitch
when
about
they
that.
shorten it up.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
would never even cross my mind.
I don't think it would have crossed my mind either, but people bitched about it totally.
Yeah, and then you kind of realize that you're like, oh, well, it is faster, and it does make the show faster paced and more interesting.
Meanwhile, Varys is still a mermaid.
Yeah, I love that theory.
It's so stupid. That's a dog theory right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob and Talisa they're in the tent.
Oh, did you actually remember her name this time?
No,
Oh.
I had to look it up again. She's like,
Let's just say this. I wish HBO. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a quick little snippet. I wish every streaming service was like Amazon Prime, where you touch the screen, it tells you the fucking actor's name, and it tells you their fucking name on the show.
I do like that.
It would just be unfucking believable, especially in shows like this where there's 9 gazillion characters, and you're just like, holy shit.
the problem is I don't have a touchscreen TV. So
Well,
that
if you
would-
just paused it, if you hit pause, I've noticed that in here because I've been watching a lot of Amazon Prime movies. It's like waiting for when we're doing videos and shit. Like I saw and I paused it. Like I like when you pause it on the certain screen, it shows what actors are on screen and shit.
Yeah.
That would come in handy.
Yeah,
Did Hess freeze,
Hess froze.
or is he just staying still?
It's hard to tell it.
He's doing the mannequin challenge just by himself there. I could tell because I could hear like air conditioning on, and then all of a sudden I couldn't.
Yeah.
Should I hang up and call him?
Yeah. What the hell?
So it's gonna become a new segment on the show. Oh, he's moving! Wait.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back.
It's time
to
for the
Rammed and
weekly
Rambling.
weekly segment. Let's hang up on Hess and call him back.
Oh, boy.
Oh man, I was kidding, Hess. You can come back to the podcast.
Hey, maybe he's Mr. Freeze.
Do you think just fucking with us this time?
Nope.
Hess, we have a podcast to do. You gotta quit fucking around. Ah, Jesus. Are you back?
What?
This is
I'm here.
This is getting creepy because like you're there, but I can hear you. But oh, poor connection. Oh, I see you moving in the background. Oh, there you go. Now it's
What do you guys like, got 900 things streaming over there or what?
I don't think it's our end, buddy.
Yeah, we're all good.
I don't have poor connection. I can see you guys.
Well,
Anyone?
we can
You know?
barely see you.
You guys are moving.
We
you
can
guys
see.
are moving.
Well, we can
I
hear
can
you.
See you.
We can see you barely. So let's just keep.
All right, so we'll just
There you
keep,
go.
we'll keep going, and then if we can't see you, Jerome will put a big penis on the screen.
Yeah,
Wow, Hog Martin.
that'd be his porn name.
Is that Doug's brother?
Yeah, almost spit my coffee out. God damn.
All right, so Talisa? I
I don't
almost
know.
called her Khaleesi. Anyway, Rob's wife's drying his
She'll be
hair
dead
off,
next week.
and they're like, "Oh God, this rain! We're never gonna get to the twins." And then the mom's like, "I can't do it." The mom's like, "Oh, he won't be happy. He won't,
Mm-hmm.
talking about Frey. And then after they all decide that the rain's bad and everything, she tells him that she's pregnant. After they fuck again. one
And
more
first she was
time.
like, "Are you mad?" He's like, "Am I mad?" Which he did look really
He's like,
pissed.
oh, you might be able to. Like, oh, keep going, sorry.
I said, he did look kind of pissed for a second, but then he was like,
I didn't think so. I didn't think he looked pissed at all.
Yeah, I didn't really get that either.
I think he like looked surprised. Like, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, that's how I took it too.
I took it as
And
I
then
thought he was
you know,
gonna
he's
beat
like,
her.
maybe there's 2, a boy and a girl.
yeah,
And
they
like
can
the-
both get murdered.
Yeah, don't get greedy. You don't want to get both
Yeah.
your kids killed.
This is considered the red wedding, correct? That's what is coming up, or no?
Coming up, yeah.
Yeah, next episode.
Okay,
well,
that's what
not
I thought.
8, but 9. And
Right.
so, and this is where we know it's coming,
Mm-hmm.
but there's stuff like that where like, oh, he's gonna take this as a slight. We're like, yeah, he is. I mean, it's already planned at this point, I would assume.
But it's just adding on to make
Yeah.
it worse.
Yeah. And then Sansa and Margie have a little discussion about Tyrion and the wedding
Yeah.
and some weird stuff,
She asks if her mom taught her how to have sex.
basically.
Yeah,
And
it
she's
was
like,
some-
"Oh, you sweet little girl. Yeah, my mom taught me." She was like, "Here, ride
Was
this dick."
yeah, it was an oddball scene. Well, not scene, the whole entire scene, but it was an oddball little snippet of the scene.
Well, I told Jerome in the book, There's rumors that she's like very promiscuous, and especially with when Tommen and
Oh, really?
yeah.
But I mean, like, if you, I know this is like Game of Thrones time.
Oh, it is?
Like, it's not. I mean, like, imagine. I don't know. I feel like it's bad. A bad analogy, but that's okay.
Wait, what?
Are you gonna say? I don't know what's happening.
I was gonna give an analogy, but
Marjorie in the books later on,
she was like slutty. You said kind of a little bit.
there was rumors that some shit goes down with her, and
You kind of get a hint of that in the show, but
they don't
not
really, they don't really go there with it. Plus, there was always rumors too that she was doing her brother kind of. Cause they were like, to me when I was reading the books, they were kind of the wannabe Lannisters.
Oh, so they're like they wanted to bang each other because of that.
Like she wasn't the biggest bitch as Cersei, and he wasn't as cool as
Jamie.
but they were similar, and you know what I mean.
I could kind of see that.
That's
yeah.
how I always like interpreted it.
Mm-hmm.
So then after
Cool.
after they talk, then it kind of goes to Bronn and Tyrion's perspective.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, Tyrion's like, I don't want to have sex with her. And Bronn's like, yeah, you do.
He's like, yeah, you do. You just don't want to
Yeah.
admit it.
And then, so Joffrey comes and like summons Tyrion, and like they're all getting ready for their wedding and stuff. Joffrey's a big prick in this episode.
Yeah, he is. He steps up his prick game pretty big.
He's always a prick, but
It's
more
like
so.
he like sticks out more.
He leaned into it this time. Like he was happy. I think it's because he just killed that prostitute, so he's got a little pep in his step.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Jesus Christ! It's like they were in the room.
That was loud.
It's funny, I barely heard it.
I like echo through here.
I don't know if that was just a burnt in my ear, but
That's funny. So Daenerys is and she's got the Yunkai, and they're like, oh, you don't need to go here, and she's like, I hear Jason.
Jason Voorhees.
That could be the lamest thing I've ever heard.
Oh my! It's so hard. So
It's spooky season.
it's spooky season. Raggy. So she wants to free all the slaves. Yeah, do they have slaves? Oh, we gotta free them. So she's on a slave kick. She wants to be Abraham Lincoln, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
She sees
And
Francis
obviously,
there
I don't
too.
know, but I just feel like that. I don't know, but like in my head, I want to say like that might be her downfall, but I obviously have no idea.
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cannot confirm or deny. So
it could be the downfall of why she's not on my top 10 list.
yeah, it gets a little boring. I gotta
Is
admit.
that she's too nice?
No.
No, not nice at all. Just
Yeah.
it just kind of takes a while
Yeah.
with her. It's like every
It's a slow burn.
It's every couple episodes. It's like, oh, she's a badass, and like, oh, now she's just kind of sitting there being nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was cool how she threatened that dude, though.
I did like that, and I liked how like the guy was kind of being a dickhead to her the whole time, and everyone else was like, Khaleesi, and she's like, no, like, we'll kill him
Yeah.
eventually. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
And then she's like, "That's my gold. Remember, he gave it to me."
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And now here's your present.
And then, yeah, and then her little dragon's like, "Wah!"
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
You look just
I
like them.
practiced it.
You look
I
just
bet
like
you
that
did.
motherfucker.
You got any pork chops you can throw in the air I could grab? Or preferably
I
cooked.
have Phoebe. I'm not throwing-
Oh, slice off a little bit of her ass and just throw it for Hess.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I would feel really bad.
So Melisandre takes Gendry back to Stannis, and on the way she's like, "Hey,
The Lady of Light, right?
yeah, the Lady of Light." Every
Yeah.
time, for some reason, I picture this horrible like slow song in my head when you say that.
The Lady of Light.
Instead of the woman in red, I hear the lady in light. But she's like, "Hey, there's your father's house." Which,
Oh yeah.
He's like, "No way. I'm just a bastard."
yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, you're a bastard of that guy." But did you notice? So like like King's Landing is like they're like poor and they're like eating rats and shit inside and like they need help, right? So as they're going through the bay, there's all these broken fucking ships from the battle still.
Oh yeah.
Maybe get a crew and clean that shit up, and you can get some jobs going.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
You should be like a politician there. And
I mean, fuck, you just leave the boats there in the bay? Like, shouldn't someone clean that shit up?
We're gonna start seeing political ads for you.
Here's a good shirt for you, Jerome.
Okay.
Make King's Landing great again.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And have like Nick on it, dress him up in like Westeros like attire.
I am not Trump.
That would be hilarious. I would pay to see it.
So, before I watched this episode, Jerome told me about Arya running away and the Hound grabbing her.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Man, she ran away. It made me, like... Did you see it made you laugh or something?"
Yeah, because it's towards, not towards the end, but it's somewhere in there. She runs away from that one from pirate dude.
So, she's like, "Yeah, you guys are liars." And she runs away. And I was like,
Yeah.
Jerome's retarded. And then... So, like, she runs, and then they shows her again, like, run for, like, 4 steps. And she was just
Yeah,
like...
and then
She's just like jogging out of the
Snatch.
room.
She's like... It was like... it was like briskly walking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never would have caught that in a million years if you would have said anything to me.
See, the first part, you're like, oh, okay. Then she's like, well, I'm just getting out of here.
Yeah, it's like... It was like slow motion. It was like she was the $6 million man or something.
That part completely threw me off.
Yeah,
I think it was just like, yeah, that probably didn't look too good, but we're just gonna keep it in there.
I mean, it's like
we
4
don't feel like
seconds.
reshooting that.
Well, and then after she does that,
Not worth
she
it.
cuts across like a little stream, and I was like, oh, maybe she was like afraid she's gonna fall, so she's trying to be dainty. Like I don't know. Like it was very goofy.
Yeah.
It crossed my mind as she didn't know which way to go, but that's just the way my mind interpreted it.
I just took it as they were like, yeah, just jog over there. He'll barely be seen.
It's like, run faster.
One dildo on a podcast is going to mention it, and who cares?
Yeah, that's true. And no one watches it anyways. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like average like 25 views. So hey. Okay.
All right, sorry.
As long as one of those is an Arya, we're good.
If one person watches it,
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
we need more than one. So
Well.
Jamie says goodbye to Brienne.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah.
adios, amigos. And then when he's leaving,
This is where I start to like Jamie.
yeah.
I can see this is the turnaround for most people. I think it's because of this and him forward that rewatching it, I like him a lot in the past.
Yeah.
Like, I already, like, not like I hated him, but they don't really give you a good reason to like him.
Right.
But
Right.
then after here on, you're like, oh, he's great.
But do you like him here when he says to Bolton, who's going to Edmure's wedding, he's going to leave, I'm leaving Brienne here, she can't go with you. You go to your dad, I'm going to Edmure's wedding. And he says, well, tell the Lannisters that we give King Robb our regards. Or the Lannisters give us the regards.
That was just a little dig, you know?
Yeah, so what do you think he's talking about?
Oh, he knows what's going to happen, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't catch that one bit.
Really? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
That
how
went right over my head like a fucking
Yeah.
pigeon.
When
Like
he
when
said
we're
it,
walking
I'm
into
like,
our
wow,
house and the pigeon
I'm sure
flies
he knows
by.
what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously didn't know that the first time I watched it, but this time I was like,
I didn't know
sounds
it
like
my
he
third
knows
time
what
watching.
the fuck's going to pop off.
Well, and like, there's a couple hints like that, like coming.
Which is weird because all they had back in this show were ravens to fucking get information. You know what I mean?
They won the Super Bowl every year. Is that what you were going with?
Basically.
All they had was Ravens.
But I mean,
There's no
literally,
Steelers,
like that's
Cowboys.
it. And like, I think it's in episode 8 where Arya, she's talking to the Hound, and he's like, "I'm trying to fucking take you to where your mother and your brother are." She's like, "You're lying," and he's like, "The whole fucking countryside's talking about it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like
that's their Twitter.
there as they pan out, and there's 6,000 acres, and there's no one, not one other breathing human being, but the whole countryside's talking.
Did you see any non-breathing human beings there?
There were zombies.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I did. I saw
Wha-
I saw White Walkers.
Yeah, they're at River.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think they are breathing and they're not human
They're
beings.
like, dude, it's fucking hot here. What the fuck?
I know, butthole face.
So you're worried about how word gets around? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying I'm worried about it, but I mean, it's just like, like I said, when he said that, it was just like, wow. I wonder
Well, I mean, how do you
fucking
think
knows
news
that.
traveled back in the day?
I
A
think
raven comes and then people start talking
Raven.
about it.
like they don't have anything else to talk about, so they talk about the king's wedding and shit.
This is
Or
true.
not the king's wedding, I guess, but his wedding. So and then Theon's gonna have a threesome
Well,
with 2 chicks, and then
yeah.
and then Ramsay walks in and goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding."
yeah. I'm just gonna cut your little willy off. That's the jerking off again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Ramsay?
God, he's a little cunt.
I mean, I know he's like a dick, but you kind of gotta love him because he's just a smart ass. Like,
No, I don't love him.
No, I don't love him ever.
I don't love it.
it's just like his character to me is funny. Like he's funny. Like it's funny because he.
You think it's funny to cut someone's dick off?
No, it's not funny to
He
do that.
gets
but
the
he
guy
knows,
hard and then cuts his dick off. That's like demented.
He knows how to fucking torture someone. Like it's just.
Remind me
in a
not to
weird
get on your
kinda way.
bad side.
Yeah. So do the Germans.
saying.
You're gonna get me
This is
hard
the-
and
this
cut
is
my
the
penis
person-
off.
This is the person who said that I have always wanted a hurricane named after me that it brought so much mass destruction.
You said that?
So
You said that?
Yeah.
Hurricane Hess?
I want a hurricane like Josh. I think it would just be kind of cool. We have a friend. Her name's Katrina, and I always ask her like, "Hey,
Is she in a band?
Don't you think it's kind of cool that And she's like, "Wow, you're a fucking psychopath." And she's, I mean, I like her a lot, but she's pretty crazy too. So
Is she like
for her to tell me that I'm crazy, I was like, "Wow, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I'm like Jake Paul, sociopath a little bit, huh?"
Maybe we should do the Mind of Hess. God, I can't even imagine.
That would be cool.
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't want to do it.
I think we should make Nick watch the Mind of Jake Paul
I
series.
think we should, and then he could do a reaction video with him.
It's pretty fucking interesting.
How
actually.
long is it?
Or they're like 45-minute episodes.
There's like 6 episodes right now. The new one just came out today of his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I watched that one this morning.
Exciting.
They're actually really good.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, we're gonna do Mind of Hess.
I just think he's like over the top a lot,
Yeah,
Like you.
yeah, he's a little extra for the camera, but I can get over
like
that.
dramatic as fuck. It's like, oh my god, you're doing a good job, but like you don't have to sell it so hard.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%.
I've never seen a video with him.
Well, we're talking about Shane Dawson too right now.
Oh.
That's the guy that makes it.
You haven't seen any of his videos?
He doesn't watch any YouTube except for now he watches 2 random Madden guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xerxes.
It's weird.
Who the funny thing is like I actually started watching that guy when he had like not even kidding under 100 subs, and now he has like a ton of subs.
You should have like hit
so
him
like
up.
when I sent you that video, you're like, oh, that's the video I watched. You're like, yeah, I watched his videos. I was like, fuck, dude, I remember when that guy was like a nobody.
Maybe
Now that we're off topic.
maybe
Yeah.
one day someone will say that about Pleeka.
Doubtful.
I remember them
What?
when they were nobodies,
That's
and
not
now
the
I go
attitude
back
to
and
have.
I watch their channel.
I remember when Hurricane Hess hit. It was a monster.
Maybe we can get Hurricane
Love
Pleeka. Wouldn't that be
Hurricane
awesome?
Hess. Maybe Hurricane Hess will be a character for me in the future.
Oh, maybe. We could do like a wrestling show, and Hurricane Hess can come in. That'd be bad. What would your outfit look like if you were gonna make a wrestling outfit for Hurricane Hess?
I honestly, it would have to be spandex. I mean, that's what all of
Yeah. You see your cock and balls all tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking speechless.
I think
over
Nick
here.
wants to move on.
I'm pretty sure he does.
I mean, you guys can
It's
keep
funny.
going.
We're talking about.
It's funny. It's funny because when we get off on these tangents, it's one of you two who are like, "Wow, this is fucking retarded. We need to move on." The other one is just like totally into it, like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's feed this beast. We're way off topic." And the other one's like, "Please, can we fucking move on?"
That's funny. I never noticed that, but that is true.
It's one of you two that is always like,
Notice it's never him. He's always,
He's always like, "Yeah, Hurricane Hess." Bleh.
just got the end card. That's 100% it. Well, now that we've got that, we can just finish the podcast.
"Hurricane Hess." Blah! That was pretty good.
Oh my god. And what the fuck were we talking about?
Penis getting cut off. And Hess loves it. He loves the cock.
How many drinks are you eating?
It's funny because I noticed that, but like it never even clicked in my head until you said something.
might have a drinking problem. He's gonna spit.
Oh.
This is my water.
What's in your other
I
one?
don't care what it is.
I have 2 cups of coffee and my water.
Are they?
It's a long podcast.
Why do you have 2 different cups of coffee?
Because they're only like 8-ounce cups. They go really fast.
So he's like,
Why don't
let's
you just get a 16-ounce cup?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
for Christmas, we gotta get him a big coffee. There he goes again. I'm gonna make a montage of every sip he took this podcast.
That would be funny. Wow, that would be really funny.
There's another one. So let's talk about.
Do you just have like a catheter in or something? You just fucking piss all the time?
Big bladder. That's a random thing, but I do.
All right.
Talk about penis cutter.
Yeah, fuck. He cut his penis off. They didn't even show it. Like he just they grabbed him. And
I think it's episode 9 is when he's eating the sausage. He's
yeah,
like,
we haven't seen it yet. Where
yeah.
remember I sent you the gif on the Random Ramblings.
Yeah, we saw
chat.
it.
yeah.
Or you sent it, Jerome.
I sent it. You were
He's
talking.
like, I sent
Yeah.
it. Remember I sent you that gift that I received?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Ingrid and Jon Snow, they hunt a deer, and then she's like, hey, look at that castle. And he's like, that's a fucking windmill.
Yeah. She's like, holy
Yeah.
shit! Did a king live here? He was like, no, probably some really, really poor dude.
And then she turned into
Where I come from.
Jerome.
That's
Then she turned into Jerome King.
she's like, oh, it's not
Yeah.
snow. I got a 10-inch
Jerome
cock.
He literally, because every time like I do something, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm Nick," and then like babble some nonsense.
Well, because you're always like, oh, come on, let's go out to the comic, suck my comic, man, I'm Nick. So you always do some stupid shit like that,
no
and
one
then
says that.
you do it.
So then he's like, I didn't know anyone else did that. Like they don't. It's
Oh, yeah.
just
It's
you,
big.
just you and Fire Girl.
Egret.
Fire girl.
And then so OSHA tells a little story about her husband. She's like, I'm not going fucking north of the wall.
Which I didn't really buy.
You didn't buy? Why didn't you buy?
No, she's
Which one's
ugly
OSHA?
ass bitch.
She's a wildling. They don't shower and shit.
I know.
Which
You didn't think she's ugly when she got naked for Theon.
Yeah, I didn't think she was
which
hot.
one's OSHA? I'm getting a little.
The one with Bran.
She's the
and-
one that's in charge of Bran.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. She doesn't want to go beyond the wall because there's like boogeymen there.
Yeah.
Which she
I-
might be honest.
I still don't like her.
She's all right.
She's pretty annoying a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't dislike her. I just,
Yeah.
I in my head, I was like, wow, that's. Kind
So
of a
you don't
far-fetched
believe
story.
you don't believe she was married?
No,
Mama
I
married?
do. I just thought it was.
He believed her, he
comedy
just didn't
in
buy
my
it.
Head.
You
It was comedy in my head. I was like, wow, she's pretty ugly to have a husband.
Well, what do you think her husband looked like?
Who knows?
Could have been Chris Pratt.
Wow, Trump just said a
Could have
couple
been
things
Parks
right
and
there.
Rec, Chris Pratt.
What?
Yeah. It could have been Parks and Rec, Chris Pratt.
I think
Easy for you to say.
I think anybody would bang any version of Chris Pratt.
I would.
Wow. All right, now we're moving along again.
That's who I strive to be one day.
Really?
Chris Pratt? You are kind of the. Well, I was gonna say he's a Chris Pratt at Pleeka, but didn't want to give him too much credit.
Yeah, that's way too much credit.
I just got wood. The table's shaking.
Oh, cool! I gave Hess wood.
Would be the first time. So
Did you like when I put Coe in your face on Fourth Down Territory?
You're an ass.
I never got to ask him that.
well, I'm glad you asked him now when we're running out of time.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're
Well-
only 18 minutes into our second recording.
Okay.
We're up against the clock here, ladies and gentlemen.
Jerome's up against a cock. All right.
I've been up against a cock in my day.
So on the road, Kyborn and Jamie have a little chat, and he's like,
Is that when he decides to go back and save Brienne? Did you
Yeah.
Hess just shit his pants?
sounded like it.
What?
What was that noise? You shit?
What? No.
I heard some noise come out.
It didn't sound like shit. It sounded like maybe he was playing like dominoes or something.
It wasn't that. But okay.
Are you fucking your dog?
No.
Is somebody fucking your dog?
They don't like it, whatever
She's
they're
playing
doing.
with the fucking squeaky toy. You know what the fuck she does every
Yeah.
goddamn episode.
Is that what she calls it? So they talk about Kyborn and they're so you did stuff with the dead and all this other stuff. And he's like, how many people have you killed? 50, 100?
He's like, too much to count.
Yeah, he goes,
But then he does, how many people have you saved? And he's like,
500,000.
500,000. He's like, what? He's like, this is the city of or wherever, King's Landing.
Yeah.
And then, which kind of shows you kind of like, he'll kill anybody, whatever. But he does keep track of who he saves, and like he does have like a moral compass a little bit.
A little bit, unless it involves Cersei.
Well, yeah, because
Then it's out the window.
that's his sister. He likes to stick his dick in.
Ugh.
Right.
She's a little hoe bag.
She's a big hoe bag.
Yeah.
Because, like literally...
in her own family, hoe bag.
Yeah, like, literally, she has sex with Lancel. And Jaime's never had sex with anybody else because he's in love with his sister.
I thought you were going to say, literally,
Yeah.
Jamie's never even had sex with Lancel.
Wow. But, I mean, I don't know. We don't need to get off on Cersei. But, so, yeah, he goes back.
Jaime does that enough.
He goes back and jumps in the bear pit and saves Brienne. Kinda. He jumped in the bear pit with no plan.
Gave her a boost out of there, then hung on for dear life.
With one arm.
Yeah.
It was cool that he saved her, but as I was watching it, I'm thinking, you didn't have much of a plan here, and you're lucky that guy with the fucking crossbows and shooting the bear.
Yeah, and he goes, what are you doing? He's like, I have to bring him back alive.
Yeah.
The bear's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, the bear was pissed.
Yeah.
That was actually a cool-ass fucking grizzly bear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that in
I
the
thought so,
backyard.
too.
You had to get it as a little pup.
Just throw, like, meat into the backyard and say, stay in there. Shut the door real fast.
What'd be the fun of that? You gotta raise it and, like, so you can like, pet it and, like, cuddle with it.
Because eventually the bear will go bear.
No, not if you raise it. Then you, like, teach it, like, no, don't eat humans.
You ever seen Grizzly Man?
No. Is that a movie?
Never heard of it.
Is that a movie or a show?
It's a documentary about a guy that lived with grizzly bears.
Oh, I'm guessing he got
Guess
eaten.
how he died?
By a grizzly
He
bear?
was hit by a bus.
He got mauled by a grizzly bear.
Well, who did he get? Did he get in a fight with? Was it like a separate gang? Of bears?
Would have never seen that coming. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, because you guys are frozen. So
Okay.
just making
okay.
sure.
Frozen.
No one was responding to my little comments. So I was
At least we're
maybe they can't hear me.
at least we're not Aladdin.
All right. It's time to move on when you're making little animated jokes.
In that documentary, it starts off with him on the David Letterman show.
Does he say, like, I'll never get eaten by a fucking bear?
No, but David Letterman goes, now in a couple years, I'm going to read that you got eaten by some bears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it's like,
Wow.
6 years ago. No. All right, so episode 8, if we're still talking about Game of Thrones, I don't know.
I was going to ask you, do you think when he was getting eaten, he was like, oh, fucking Letterman?
There's, not videotape, but there's audio tape of him getting eaten.
Does he yell Letterman?
No. But they don't play it.
Oh, you can probably find it online, though.
I don't know. I didn't look for that shit.
Oh. Well, how'd you know it existed?
Because it says there's fucking audio tape of
okay.
it.
They're pretty vulgar in that documentary then, huh? Don't throw anything at me. Just move on. I'm sorry.
All right, season 3, episode 8, Second Sons. Do you know why it's named Second Sons?
Because there's 2 suns on the planet where they're at.
No, it's because she talks to the Second Sons the whole episode.
Oh, gotcha.
Nothing special there.
Why is it called Two Sons?
Are you with us?
I'm right here.
He literally just explained to me what's called that, and right when he finished,
I could barely hear him. I shit you not.
It's called Second Sons because that's who she's talking to the whole episode.
Ah, okay.
Get funky.
She said, "Get down."
Yeah, I said get funky.
Oh,
Nothing gets by Hess. So Arya wakes up at camp, grabs a rock, and is gonna kill the hound.
Yeah, and he's like, "You one shot, little girl."
They have
I thought that was pretty good.
they have a very cool. Like I remember, I was like, oh, she gets taken by the hound. I'm like, God damn.
I was kind of looking forward to that because I kind of like them together.
Well, I was like, oh, at first, I'm like, oh yeah, she doesn't get away. Like I want her to get away because I like her.
mm-hmm.
And then like later on when they're like leaving, and with the part Hess was talking about, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I love these two together.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just awesome together. And Daenerys meets with the captains of the Second Sons.
Yep.
They were normal little lads, right?
No.
Yeah, this guy, the one guy changes, right? Next season, he's a completely different character.
Yeah, Jerome actually
Wow.
didn't want me to tell you that and wanted to see if you'd notice.
Yeah, I wanted to see if you'd noticed that.
Yeah, I remember it from last season.
I'm pretty impressed by that. I gotta admit.
I'm
You're
not that
welcome.
impressed, but you're
Hey-
welcome. Is that the answer that you're
Hey,
looking for?
can you see us?
No.
Do you want me to call you back so you can?
If you'd like,
I'll just real quick.
I can see you now.
Oh, great.
Great, now we can't see you.
Damn.
Just kidding.
All right, so where were we?
All right, she meets with the second sons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. Sorry. What I don't remember the other guy's name. Do you recognize the guy that gets changed out from anything?
Yeah, he's the blonde dude. He's got the fucked up teeth.
Do you recognize him from anything else though? He's
I
in-
can't say that I do.
he's in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a
I
bad
haven't seen
guy.
the second one.
He's a bad guy in
the
the first
He's
one.
in the first one. He's the bad guy.
Okay.
He's Francis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Drum again watched this before me, and he's like, the whole time I see him, all I think is Francis. And then what do I think the whole time I'm watching him? Francis.
Yeah, I just think of Deadpool looking for him.
Jesus. Never would have thought of that. Ever.
Really?
I don't think so.
I
I,
def-
thought,
I'm
I would
disappointed
have
in
been
you.
like, oh, that's the guy from Deadpool, and then I would have moved on with my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
But they're a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, they are.
he's a little
They're,
less. Of a,
they're cocky son of a bitches.
Yeah.
he's a little less of a
Yeah.
prick than they are, but
Well,
Yeah, he's
still
sorta.
very cocky and
I think
weird.
he would be just the biggest prick if he didn't have the hots for Daenerys.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
He wants the sushi from down below the equator.
Wow.
I think he gets it.
I've been watching The Sopranos.
Oh, really?
That's not true. He's just making
I
sure.
shit you not.
You want to do a podcast about it?
I'd love to.
Drum's never seen it.
That's not true. I've seen like 3 seasons.
Okay, so Gendry and Melisandre get the Dragonstone.
Yeah.
And then Stannis visits Davos in the dungeons. He goes, hey, I'm going to let you out. Yeah, just because I want to, not because I feel bad for killing this guy. And he kind of calls him on it. I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah.
There's times where I like Stannis, and then there's times where I'm thinking, God, you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, it does go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
He's weird. I think he's weird regardless, but
If he didn't have Melisandre, he wouldn't be. I think he would
Yeah,
just be...
she gets
he'd
in his
still-
head a lot.
He'd still just be, like, kind of a dick, but he's a dick that does right.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
makes sense. I get that.
And then Dario, who's Francis, he sneaks back into Daenerys' camp while she's bathing.
Yeah, he looks at her naked in the bath and drops a couple heads on the floor.
And he's like, here, I brought you a present.
And she's like, well, I'm going to fuck this guy.
I like how she's like, why would I trust you if you just killed your captains or whatever the fuck they are?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I did it for you.
Well, half her titties are hanging out.
So she's like, okay, well, I'm going to get up naked and show you everything then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave nothing to the imagination, I guess.
And I guess this is so Tyrion goes to their wedding's gonna happen in this episode. Tyrion goes and visits Sansa before the wedding.
Oh, yeah, but it's like, I'm sorry, this isn't what I wanted. Blah,
Yeah.
Blah,
Which they don't really believe. Well, I know that Shay doesn't believe him.
No, you know what? I was thinking about Shay this episode. So
blah. About how much of a bitch she still is.
no, so
Oh.
okay, she's a total bitch this episode to Tyrion, not
Yeah.
to anybody else. So do you think she goes to Tywin because she's mad at Tyrion for marrying
Yeah,
Sansa?
I thought about that this episode. I was like, oh, that's why that she gets pissed. Oh, I'm going to fuck your dad.
Yeah, is that what you think too?
Yeah.
I never thought
She
that
seems
before.
like a conniving cunt.
But
She's
she
one of those
wasn't. She
CCs.
wasn't until
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a jealousy factor. I think she's jealous as shit
Mm-hmm.
because she obviously wanted to marry him.
I like to, after
right off into the sunset together. She always talks about going back to Naples, Florida, or wherever the fuck.
Totally thought he was gonna say Callie.
I don't think
Going
so.
back to Cali, that would have been better. But I mean, she always talks about them just running away. So like, she wants him to himself. I mean, why wouldn't she? He's got tons of money. Obviously, he fucks good according to everyone else in the fucking show. So what else could she want?
Yeah. That's got a point. What did I say about Daenerys on our earthly duo? Biggest cock in Louisiana?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. That's what I was.
Hey,
Him saying,
back in Atlanta.
talking about going down to Florida reminded me of that.
So then Cersei and Marjorie have a little talk, and she's like, "Sister," and she gives her a little hug, and then she tells her a little story of the reigns of Castamere. Did you guys catch the story, or did it just go over your head?
It went over my head, and then you told me about it, and I got it a little bit.
It went over my head.
So
I think it did. I can't recall it at this moment.
So she's talking about another house So they have a song. Their song is the Rains of Castamere.
Yeah.
The other house, I believe the house was Rain. That's the whole point. They basically were the Tyrells. They were second wealthiest, second in everything.
Correct.
And then they decided to go against Tywin. So he killed everybody in the house, and there's no longer a house anymore. She said they hung their bodies for the whole summer and like everything else. So basically, Cersei's threatening Marjorie with that.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, he basically says too, you call my sister again, I'll fucking slit your throat and do that to your whole family.
But the title of the next episode is The Rains of Castamere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I get what you were saying earlier to me off camera about that and stuff. Like it was just that was kind of clicking in my head about things.
You all right over there?
He's getting broken into again.
I think Abby got a phone call because I hear her talking, and so I'm like, she got up and walked away, and so I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
You're very distracted.
She's cheating on you. She's got another man on the phone.
Is she talking like dirty?
It sounds like she's fucking yelling.
He's fucking doing another fucking podcast.
This is great podcast.
Yeah, I can't hear shit.
I don't hear anything.
You want to go investigate?
I'm glad you can.
You could bring us in there. We can see what's going on.
That's okay.
That might get us views.
But yeah.
If she's in there, you motherfucker.
You know what? I mean, I was going to bring this up earlier before we started. It's real quick. So you know I'm a big guy.
Okay.
So like when you meet somebody or like when you go to the store, like no one ever says, "Hey, how you doing, Hoss?" or "How you doing, big guy?" Like that's how you know you're a big guy if someone calls you like Hoss.
What's funny is there's a guy on Arrow that calls everybody Hoss.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He
But I
hates
shit
it.
you not, like I go into a fucking store, you know, to get hey, how's it going today, Hoss? Or what's up, big guy? Or it's like, it's really what you're gonna fucking say? Like
That's funny. I don't think anyone's ever even said hi to me going into a store.
Oh, that's because you're a prick.
Probably.
Yeah, you gotta be outgoing. You gotta be like, hey, how's it going?
Probably. Yeah.
How's your
Drums
life?
like this.
How's your life treating you working behind a counter all day?
Wow. Is that
Do
true?
people call you Hoss when you go to the store?
No one's ever called me Haas.
Yeah,
What's up, Hoss?
exactly.
Big guy all the time. So I don't know where you're
Really?
going.
You
I
get
don't know
big
where
guy all the
I don't
time?
know where you're going with that one. I think that's people just call each other that.
I guess.
No one's ever called me
I
big
think
guy.
it's weird.
That's not true.
Like Hoss, like
Who called
Hoss.
me?
I've called you big guy many a time.
Oh yeah, that's when I pulled my cock out and started beating you with it.
No, then I would.
And you're like, hey, whoa, big guy. What was that?
You lost your fucking mind.
That was Jerome's cock.
Oh, hitting. Gotcha. Okay, well, time to move on. My cock starts hitting him in the face.
No, I hit the microphone, not my face, you dick.
Big difference, because the microphone's on his head.
Yeah.
All right, so Melisandre pretends like she's gonna fuck Gendry, and she's like, "Oh
She
no."
gets him pretty worked up.
She's like, "I'm just kidding. I'm gonna put 3 leeches on you."
Yeah, see, I brought that
Yeah.
up last week, and I was labeled as a weirdo.
You are a weirdo.
Because I thought the whole thing was weird. Although I did think they banged. But so I was wrong on that part.
What do you mean you brought it up last week and you thought the whole thing was weird? I think Jason's behind you.
Yeah, be careful. You're about to get murdered. No, I brought it up last week, and you guys called me out. I said, because don't they
Why
bang?
would I call you out?
You said, wow, Jonas brought up sex in this podcast quite a bit.
Oh, because you did.
Well, I really thought they banged.
Well, did they?
No, I was wrong on that.
Okay.
I think she slipped it in.
Oh, she did reach back and grab his cock
Yeah,
a
because
little
she like
bit.
reaches down in between her legs, so I'm pretty sure she shoved it in there. She wrote it for like a quick 10 seconds,
He
and
could
then
be.
was like, "Ha, just kidding."
I forgot that she.
Is that better or worse?
I forgot she grabbed his penis
That's
a little
worse.
bit.
Yeah.
Way worse.
So then, what do you think?
You gotta feel the wetness and the moistness. Oh, that's
what do you
terrible.
think it would feel like to have a leech on your penis?
Not good. He didn't
I
seem
feel
to
like
like
it would hurt.
Yeah, that one when she pulled it, he's like, ooh.
Yeah, I think I had subtitles on for that one, and it was like
He's like-
winces. I was like, "Fuck yeah, you winced."
Said said ouch because he had a leech on his
Mhm.
cock.
Yeah, it's like
Card
fucking
set for
Stand By
sure.
Me all of a sudden.
Ah.
I remember that scene.
I hope so. So what are the 3 names that they? Who are the 3 usurpers? that,
he said. I think he said Tywin. I can't remember that, but
no,
he said
didn't say Tywin.
King Joffrey.
Joffrey,
Joffrey Baratheon.
Rob,
Yeah.
and
And then Balon Greyjoy.
Which,
Yeah.
Who's that?
Theon's father.
Oh,
Theon's
okay.
dad.
What happens to all those people?
King of the Iron Islands.
Well, she's saying she's giving him bad juju.
Oh,
She's like, something bad's gonna happen to you three.
I think that might work.
I don't know. Do you think anything bad
Well,
happens?
I know something bad has happened to two. I can't remember about the third, but
I'm pretty sure they're all kaput.
I mean, chances are you could have fucking grabbed a leash off his cock and said any name.
Hold on,
and
wait.
eventually,
Which one of them do you think was the cock leech?
for sure, Joffrey.
Joffrey, he's the
Yeah.
cock leech.
He's totally the cock leech.
Mm.
Don't you think?
if I would have had to guess, yeah.
You do have to guess because we asked you.
I wonder if that's on like the Game of Thrones wiki for this episode. You know, we were doing our cliff notes. Hess would have to say that. And then he threw Joffrey's little cock leech into the fire.
Well, speaking of the cock leech,
Now, that'd be a good shirt.
speaking of the cock leech,
Just put Jeffrey's face. Jeffrey's. Jo-
you made your own choke.
I almost spit Red Bull out my nose.
I don't think that's spitting.
I realized
just put Joffrey's face and put cock leech underneath it.
Yeah, I like that.
Nobody would get it, but it'd be hilarious.
Oh, anyway, so speaking of the cock leech, I like that. They go to their feast after they get married, and and Joffrey's like, "Oh, we got a bed." First, he threatens to rape Sansa when Tyrion
Yeah, he's
passes
like,
out.
they didn't say what Lannister had to put a baby in you. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll meet you after dinner.
He's not a Lannister.
Oh, you
That's
wouldn't like
what he
that?
said. It's not my fault he's wrong.
I'll have
Well, no.
Marin and Ding Dong McGee hold you down.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant he was gonna put a baby in her.
He said, I'll meet you later. I think he was...
No, he's gonna fuck her, but he's gonna rape her. He said, but he said that Tyrion's gonna put a baby in her. He was making fun of her having sex with Tyrion.
Oh, see, because I thought, because he said, they didn't say
I
what
thought it was the other
Lannister...
way. Yeah,
Because as far as he knows, he's a Baratheon.
Lannister puts a baby inside of you.
He doesn't know that he's a Lannister. He's a Baratheon.
I
Yeah.
guess
So
that
doesn't make
that
sense.
is
Yeah, that
bad
does
logic,
make sense.
but he did word it that way where it sounded like he was... But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Well,
because
no,
I'm
always
with
right.
Jerome. I'm with Jerome. That's the way I took it.
Yeah. But maybe he was just like, it could have been his weird kid way of saying, I'm just going to rape you.
Yeah, because kids do that all the time. Kids run around the street. Hey, I'm gonna rape you.
Well, you never know.
Yikes!
That's our new drinking game.
Yeah, we said we're going to do a drinking game on the podcast where we take shots every time you say, yeah,
Or every time you get distracted, we have to take a shot.
You guys we might not finish the podcast.
Yeah.
Finish the podcast. We might not finish our lives.
I mean, you never know.
There you go.
That would be one of them.
The only problem would be when he catches on and then he just like gets off topic and talks to Abby. He's like, you never know. And then we're like, fuck.
He's over there. You never know.
We'd be dead by the time we did the intro.
Jesus.
You guys are killing me.
So, and then Tyrion threatens to cut his dick off.
I like that. And he's like, oh, and then he pretends to kind of be drunk and go, like,
I like that both episodes, Tywin kind of put Joffrey in his place.
oh yeah. We didn't mention that the first time he walks up to the steps and he's
Yeah.
like, we can have you carried you room, you little bitch.
Yeah, he didn't say bitch.
He wanted to. Though.
He didn't need to, though.
He wanted to call him a fucking cock leech.
That's just
That
his
was
new
it.
name.
Yeah.
That's his
Yeah.
new name, Cockleach.
For sure.
So then Tyrion and Sansa go back to the room to consummate their wedding, and Tyrion sleeps on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, little bitch face walks in the room like, is there cum or blood on the bed?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
You're such a C. It's unbelievable.
She's such a C, almost a B.
For sure.
For sure, dude.
Rob is out of control. And then Gilly and Sam encounter a White Walker.
Gilly had her baby.
Gilly had a baby, and Sam...
See, he finally fucking killed the White Walker.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for
Finally.
fucking 8 episodes.
As funny as it happened, like,
Okay,
he did it, he started, like, deteriorating, I was like, it was cooler in my head.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It was cool, but I was like, I made it, like, it's like, and like,
So first of all,
he did leave the dagger behind, too, which was pretty stupid.
okay, I was gonna get to that. So first of all, he walks in there. She's like, he just wants the baby.
And he's like, Gilly had her baby, get back in the house.
And then so then, first I'm thinking, apparently White Walkers don't get cold, obviously, because like
Oh,
this
yeah,
fucker
they're-
just got shorts on. Like,
Yeah.
it's nipply.
How small do you
outside.
think his wiener is?
Tiny. So then he walks. It was really cool when he broke Sam's sword.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he's like,
It just grabs it and shatters.
I didn't remember the whole scene. So yeah, he grabs it. It shatters.
Yeah, once he grabbed it, I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh no! I was like, oh, that was cool. It's like I'd never seen it before. So then he just pushes Sam out of the way, like 50 feet out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Pretty
you know
strong dude to pick up Sam.
eventually, one of you White Walkers need to take him seriously. Because this is like the third time they're like, fuck that fat boy.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
And then he stabs
sure.
him, and the guy's like, "Oh, we shouldn't have made fun of him because he's fat."
He's like, son of a. And then they go, run! Oh, but we don't need that dagger that fucking just killed the White Walker.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. We were watching, and I go,
I
he
mean,
didn't even fucking grab the
He does have a
goddamn thing.
backpack full of them, but still, you should keep as much as you can.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
You could like turn them into arrows and shit and shoot them at the fucking White Walkers.
That's exactly what I said. I would have made little arrowheads, put them at the end of a
Yeah.
fucking arrow.
Now I'm scared because I'm thinking like Hess.
You should be. Absolutely should be.
You will
So, you know what the fuck I was gonna say? Oh, so all those birds are just like they're
be. It's like Jeepers
They were-
Creepers. Like they're around when
they
the
were
White
help-
Walkers are coming.
they were helping out the White Walker basically. Like, hey, there's a baby here.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
When
They
the
were
White
kinda
Walker
creepy.
was going towards the baby, were you thinking, "Oh, they're gonna make another White Walker baby"? Remember we talked about it. What happens to the White Walker babies?
Oh, yeah. No, because
Uh,
I knew what happened.
Well, I knew what happened, but I was like, "Oh, he wants to make another White Walker baby."
Well, I was thinking, what is he, like, part Native American or something? How's he tracking these fools?
That's the only thing that because like all those goddamn ravens, like they just kept showing up,
Maybe
and then as soon as they left, the birds like followed them.
maybe
So
this could be the guy from Westworld that they had the whole episode about. I forget his name.
That would
And
have been
th-
helpful in this situation.
That's him as the White Walker.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
The
about.
only Indian guy in Westworld they had a whole episode about.
Kuchko or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Shabashki.
Yeah.
That's him.
Like,
He walked. He walked into another world when he went through that portal, and now he's in Game of Thrones.
All right, wake
Yeah.
up.
It's the first
And
of the month.
that's both.
That was
episodes?
the most overrated guy in Westworld.
I agree.
Oh,
What, the guy that we don't know his name?
Yeah, the whole episode about the Indian guy that woke up as before.
Second is
He talked to Ford and all that.
second is Maeve.
mm.
But we talked about this in the beginning, but I want to get back to it because you just reminded me of our list. What did you think about mine and Nick's list for best?
Well, I
HBO
didn't
character?
finish it because I stopped because I didn't know if there was any other spoilers.
Oh no!
ahead.
After that should be it.
No, I mean, unless you haven't seen The Wire.
I have
Oh, okay.
So,
3 times.
so what number?
Jesus
What number did you make it
Christ.
to?
4.
6, I think.
No, because
Oh.
Daenerys is 4. Isn't she?
But he,
No, she was like 6 or 7 for Jerome.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, well, I got people you've never even heard of at the top of my
I'm
list.
sure you do.
No, like from Game of Thrones season 6.
Oh yeah.
He's
No,
li-
I
So
made that.
maybe.
I
He's
made that
lying.
up.
Oh, well, fuck
He
it
has
up.
something different from every show in his. Mine are more like, oh, I got William and Bernard, and I got people like mine's more like. Oh,
Well,
this
and
isn't
the
talked
funny
about.
thing is like I was actually going to make a list
And then check it twice.
and I was gonna like tell you guys at the beginning of this podcast, but I forgot all about it.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Is that the end of Random Ramblings this week?
Well, so
Somebody just commented on Facebook on a video that I'm tagged in on Pleeka's video.
What's
I
it?
just got the alert. I can't look obviously because I'm on the phone. I
Oh,
don't
so
know.
want me to check that out?
what if it's like you guys are a bunch of fucking morons?
Nick can keep talking.
Can I? How?
Yeah.
So how
Oh,
excited?
someone reacted to it, and then a couple. Oh, just people reacting to it. Jason Stevens
I-
reacted to panties or underwear.
Oh,
I heard. I said somebody commented.
commented.
Bobby Jolene.
That was like fucking hours ago.
I just got the alert. I don't know.
Well, it's not very alertive.
Oh, they
What
don't
is-
actually know that she counted 2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Tell him, Nick, all undies are panties. Or aren't panties. Oh, fuck you. No.
oh, thank
Can't
you.
side with Nick.
Oh.
He's
No.
all excited and then he's
No.
sad.
All underwear / panties are the fucking.
can't
It's the
talk.
same thing. Why do we have to have different names for different genders of underwear or panties? It's the same thing. It's all.
Why is there a male and female? They're different.
Well, they're not. There's fabric that covers your dick and vagina and butthole.
You don't think dicks and vaginas are different?
Not mine.
I don't know how to answer that.
All right.
I did have a question before we go.
Yeah, what?
So we're on season 3, episode
Yeah.
9.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
How excited are you to watch the next episode?
I could.
Oh,
give a shit.
pumped.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I wanted to watch it. I was like kind of excited. We're gonna do this podcast yesterday, then we didn't.
Oh yeah. Someone
Yeah,
took a nappy poo.
Because
That's on me. I almost fell asleep today.
I
too.
wanted to watch
Okay.
watch it tonight, or
Okay.
last night. I mean, but now I can watch it tonight.
If you would have fell asleep tonight, I'd have been mad. Like last night, I didn't care. Today, I'd have been mad because I was tired as fuck.
Yeah.
I could not sleep last night. My fucking nose is running. The fucking every window in the house is open. I got up at 4, but like, I was up at like 1:30, blowing my nose and shit. And then when I get home and
take
like,
some NyQuil.
you can't take NyQuil when you're getting up at 4 in the morning. That's just not smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
So then I'm like, whatever. So then I get home. I was gonna eat something, but I started doing low carb again today or yesterday. There's like nothing that I could really eat. So let's just go to the gym. Now I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Walk a couple miles on the treadmill. You're fine.
Absolutely. That's what I do every day.
Before we wrap up, I
I
want
think I
to
just licked
tell
the
people every Thursday you could check out Fourth Down Territory. These two do a sports podcast. So if you're into that, go check that out.
You might be filling in next Thursday, but
I might be on it. I'm
He's
gonna
not making my picks.
I'm gonna
I can tell you
I'm
that
gonna
right now.
pretend
Well,
to be
he
Nick.
doesn't have to make your picks, but he could fill in.
I'm gonna make my own picks. I'm gonna fucking win.
You should just make your picks as it is, anyways, even if you're not on it.
That's true. I could.
Well, not now.
And then
It's like 6 weeks in.
no,
Who cares?
I'll make
Me.
them. I'll make them back then too. And then every Sunday, me and Nick do.
He goes fucking undefeated every week.
Dude, I'm a fucking boss. Every Sunday, me and Nick do Unearthed Duo. It's our podcast that's really about whatever we want it to be. And then the only consistent thing is the end of the week, or end of each episode, we give people advice that they don't really ask us for. Hess to shit his pants. And then you can come check us out next week for another Random Ramblings where we talk about the finale of Season 3 of Game of Thrones.
Hey, how do we do on picks this week?
I did horrible.
I
I actually I have them right here.
you don't have to count them up.
I thought you would already know.
I know all the ones that we picked differently. You missed, which is what happened to me the week before. So
Oh, well, you guys can do this on your podcast. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Make sure you rate and review on iTunes because that will help us out. Check us out on Facebook. We're at We Are Pleeka.
Dun, dun,
Or
dun,
just
dun, dun,
look up
dun.
Pleeka. It should be pretty easy to find it. Or you can look in the description. It should be there. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Hess likes big dick in his mouth. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
like, yeah, Hurricane Hess. Bleh.